Dealership ripped me, 32F, off. Boyfriend, 37M, doesn't care. How can I get him to care? I just had the most frustrating moment with my boyfriend of 3 years. So much so that I am reconsidering the relationship as a whole. He just doesn't seem to understand why what he said was wrong. Boyfriend, 37M, is very passionate about cars and takes his cars to a very specific dealership. I meanwhile know almost nothing about cars besides basic maintenance. I used to get my oil changed regularly at a chain oil place, which my boyfriend found out about and told me why they were so bad. Something about their lifts can damage the frame, and told me to stop going there and instead start doing my maintenance at the dealership where he takes his cars. Time for an oil change. I brought it in to his recommended dealership, and long story short, they tried to charge me $300 for the oil change and gave me a checklist of urgent things I needed done to my car. New spark plugs, all new tires, all new brakes pads and rotors, all new filters, which totaled over $2,000. I negotiated at the payment window for a better deal on the oil change, because I was used to paying more like $50. But they explained how my car needed a special type of filter and they used all synthetic oil and that the $300 was correct. I got home, told my boyfriend what they charged me and showed him the list of repairs they suggested I come back for. He said that was insane and that his oil changes there were $40. We compared my bill to his, and they used the same amount of oil and same number of hours of labor. It's just his labor per hour was $50 and mine was $400. He also checked my tires, brakes and spark plugs and said none of them needed replacing. I was so pissed. I told him I suspected they were overcharging me based on the fact that I am a woman. He replied, I don't think that's the case. It's just a stupidity tax. They saw that you didn't know anything about cars and charged you accordingly. I told him I'm never taking my car there again, and urged him to do the same. But he said no, that I could do whatever I wanted but that he planned to continue taking all his cars there. This led to an argument. I asked if he was okay supporting a business that took advantage of people. He said it didn't matter to him since he was car smart and knew enough not to be ripped off. I told him that I felt insulted that he indirectly called me stupid. And his reply was, well, do you know anything about cars? No. So you kind of are stupid in terms of cars. You can fix that by learning more about cars. I feel insulted that he called me stupid, and upset that he took the side of the dealership, upset that he won't admit that this was a sexist move, and just overall I hated his response. How do I navigate this? So it's the car stupidity tax? Okay, you're so smart about cars. Let's go there together right now, and you can talk them into charging me the right price, and get them to refund me the difference. So he called you stupid, told you that the dealership that super overcharged you was right and that you deserve it. He sounds very loving. I'd leave him for calling me stupid. Tell him you're done being stupid and as your first official act as a smart person is to dump him. This is not how someone who loves you acts. A man who takes his cars to a dealership for service, unless it's warranty service, doesn't know half as much about cars as he thinks he does. Start implementing a pussy stupidity tax. Can you record with one-party consent in your area? Consider recording and maybe don't show faces. But go ask them why they charged you X amount when your oil change cost X amount. Make sure you make a copy of your receipt in case they try to rip it up. Then see if you can take it further. Stick it on socials to warn people. Keep reposting for further engagement. Or tag people in who expose people. It acts as a warning to other women. And you might get people spreading the message. You can name drop your BF to them at the shop and see if it makes a difference. If it doesn't, you can let your BF know they didn't care, that they might be ripping him off as well. Throw this man out the window. So by his logic, if he goes to the doctor and they perform an unnecessary surgery, well, oh well for him. He should have educated himself on medicine. Oh, and you don't have to show him an inch of sympathy or compassion, 'cause it's on him to know everything. I can't imagine being in a relationship with someone who wouldn't be upset I was taken advantage of, and would basically just tell me I'm dumb and he is fine in his life. So good luck out there. What a moron. I would think that as a man, he'd be taking those receipts to the dealership and asking them why the price discrepancy and sticking up for you, his woman, over some total strangers. Honestly, that'd be worth dumping him over to me, especially if there's no kids or finances involved. Dump the boyfriend. Send both bills to your state attorney general. You probably can't get him to care. He's shown you who he is. By comparison, my BF knows a lot about cars and can fix just about anything on them. I know nothing. When my car needs something, he'll look at what the dealer recommended, do some research, and then let me know if it's something he and I can do together to save me money. Then lets me decide if we do fix it together. He explains what he's doing and why, and gives me things I can look out for in the future. He definitely would not tolerate a dealer charging me more for stupidity, and would never make me feel bad for not knowing something. Your BF is not very good at being a nice human, it seems. He is really not a nice man. What exactly does he bring to the table that you tolerate this behavior? Yep, he sucks, throw him away. Seriously though, he called you stupid straight up. Not indirectly. He's an asshole. Implement the stupid boyfriend eviction. Also file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. https www.peopleclerk.com/post/how to file a complaint against an auto repair shop. He is an idiot. The hoists at the Quick Lube are gonna wreck your frame? False. Please leave him, unless you want half-dumb children. Your boyfriend told you to go to a place that overcharged you and then blamed you for listening to him. He's a jerk. He's also contemptuous of you. If you paid with card, call your bank and stop the payment. Take both copies of the bills, yours and your business, to the dealership and tell them the payment is stopped and will be put into escrow unless they fix it. If your BF doesn't want to help you, then lose the extra 200 pounds and leave a nice looking nail under his tire. Dump the disrespectful boyfriend's misogyny. By ignorance is still misogyny. 37 is pretty old to be that stupid. Your BF is an ass. Well, do you know anything about cars? No. So you kind of are stupid in terms of cars. You can fix that by learning more about cars. This is not how an ethical business runs. Imagine going to see a therapist or something and they charge you 10x their standard fee because they find out you've never been to therapy before and can therefore take advantage of you as a vulnerable person who needs help. Does he think that's the patient's fault too? The entire point of going to an expert is that you should be able to trust that they're not intentionally fleecing you. This whole stupidity tax thing seems to be an excuse made for car stuff that is rightfully considered predatory and slimy anywhere else. It's one thing for him to say he wants to continue patronizing this dealership because he gets the best service there, but to blame you for their unethical business practices is out of pocket. I can't say whether or not this is worth ending the relationship over. But I would be going through it with a fine-tooth comb to determine if this is truly the only instance of him making you feel stupid or small. No car guy takes their cars to the dealer unless for warranty work.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.